Without a doubt, one of the most recognizable 9mm pistols ever produced, the Beretta 92FS is also one of the few still in production capable of both double and single action fire with a decocker and safety. The Beretta has appeared in almost as many movies and video games as the number of variants, some of which are the 92S, the 92SB, 92F, 92G, the Brigadier, and one of the most desirable, the 92FS Inox. Some notable roles include the Die Hard and Lethal Weapon franchises in regards to feature films, various anime, and the Resident Evil and Call of Duty Modern Warfare line of games. The list goes on. Here's an instance of using the slide catch as a release, which worked fine. Then I ran the slide. However, as you see, there is a chance of engaging the decocker and safety that will render the gun inoperable until the safety is disengaged. Then I grabbed the slide in the right position to prevent that from occurring, which allowed me to continue shooting in single action once reloaded. Once again, punching paper at 60 feet, it is something to practice to push you to become more accurate. Shooting at this distance, I can see I'm hitting a bit high for the most part, but at least all 15 rounds were on target to a degree. One thing I find cool is how this gun appears on the cover of my psychological thriller Traffic. Not only that, but a variant of this gun has actually appeared in each book I've written. An aspect about this handgun you have to remember is, if you are someone who runs the slide, you might have to hit the safety lever in the event it engages, as you saw me do a moment ago. That's okay. At 7 yards while slow firing, you can get an idea how accurate the gun is in single action. That's okay. A drill using snap caps Paul Harrell demonstrated in one of his videos, which I'll link in the description below, is what I've been practicing here to focus on the trigger pull and stop anticipating recoil. See how the muzzle dipped? That's what I'm trying to avoid. I had a bad grip there and merely had to adjust. Still dipping a bit. A little better. Pesky safety. Here I'm loading the magazine while keeping eyes downrange, so I don't know whether it's a live round or a snap cap. Yeah, still anticipating. Safety. Really anticipating there. I didn't need to do that. Still bad. Better. That was good, but I think I knew something was up. Now how about we disassemble the gun? Once you have dropped the magazine and retracted the slide to ensure the firearm is empty, you will press the button here. flip this lever forward and pull the slide forward. Take hold of the guide rod, push forward and ease to the rear. To remove the barrel, press this button, which raises the locking block, lift the barrel up, slide it forward, not that far forward, and pull to the rear to remove it from the slide. Simple, really. So here's the locking block, a part which is prone to failure after high round counts from what I have researched. As with any firearm, inspect it during each field strip for damage and replace when necessary. An issue I've had with this gun though is the extractor pin tends to work its way up, as you can see here. I have since used a rubber mallet to put it back in place and have it staked. In fact, the range I use has had the same issue with their rental 92FS. Probably should reassemble it now and shoot a bit more. When you insert the barrel, sometimes the locking block might fight you. Like the CZ75, the recoil spring is not captured, so be sure it's seated properly to prevent it from flying out. Once you have aligned the slide, pull it back and flip the takedown lever in place. Perform a check of its safety and decocker, pull the trigger to see the safety is working, flip the safety off and test the double action. Then, test to make sure the slide locks open with an empty magazine. This being the 92FS, what makes it different from the 92F is an enlarged hammer pin and a groove in the slide to accommodate the modification. This was so the slide, in the event of failure, would remain attached to the pistol. From what I've found, the 92F and early variants of the M9 had the potential, also after extensive use, of the slide breaking and flying into the shooter's face. Far from being completely educated on that subject, do not take my word as end-all be-all. I recommend anyone interested in that issue to research it for themselves. So here's another drill I learned in the video Paul Harrell has on the Beretta 92FS. This time I chamber around, decock the firearm, and disengage the safety for it to be in double action. And I will repeat this after each shot. The only reason I removed my hand from the grip for the first few shots is so you could see exactly what I was doing. No, that's not the reason. Paul Harrell was doing the same thing in his video, and for some reason I was doing the same thing. Weird. This being the first time I tried this drill, I have a long way to go. Let's try it again a little slower and aim to the side of the paper target's head. This being a newer model 92FS, it does have the polymer guide rod, trigger, transfer bar, I think magazine catch, and all the unnecessary warnings. Interesting note, the M9 variant lacks all the warnings found on the 92FS. One thing I did change is the hammer spring from the original one to an OEM D spring. This is merely the hammer spring that was used in Beretta's 92D. The double action only variant apparently no longer in production. This does lighten the trigger pull quite a bit. From what I found online, the factory double action pull is about 11 pounds and the D spring reduces it to about 8 pounds. I might change the trigger spring later on as well, but I don't know. An improvement. One more time, shall we? Seven out of 9, the other 2 more than likely hitting left. Anyway, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, click that bell icon, leave any comments you have in the section below, and have a good day. See ya!